that goal was sus, right? But it's fine. I'm not that guy.
Can I ask
we took our L.
What is sus?
Oh, it was offside. But
Not
Joe. Whatever my manager says is right, dog. That was not.
Speaking about your manager.
You know me. Think you fly, got the jets for me. And I get me. Cause I know I'm the best believe.
Welcome back to another episode of the BallBoys. Another great Premier League weekend. I feel like around the world, every fixture, everything, he had great games. On this episode, we have a new co-host. His name is Lamar. Another Liverpool fan for Kogi to agree with.
Oh, is that who he is?
Yeah.
Wow.
He doesn't speak Zulu, this one. I just want to jump into it. The game of the weekend, the most hyped game of the weekend, Chelsea versus City, title contenders, Champions League rematch, revenge match, whatever. City won, of course, emphatically. How did he take that?
Would you consider that emphatic?
Oh, of course.
1-0 against a team that doesn't concede, man.
Listen, you look at the score, ne? Look at the score line, and you just watch highlights or whatever, and look at the score line. It says 1-0. You watch the match. Oh, they wiped the floor with us. They deserve material for goal. We couldn't play. We played in our own half. There was nothing we could do in the game. Like literally, we didn't have a say. That midfield three and get hyper.
Disappointed.
Me, I'm sorry, gents. I know that most Chelsea fans that I know are cocky, so I know you're being humble, but I'm just gonna pile on that. Yo, City dominated you guys from get-go. Like Pep. Like, what is it? They've been saying that Tuchel has Pep's number. This time, Pep made sure he deleted everything.
Changes the number.
Which one is this one?
Pep actually dominated. Tuchel?
Yeah.
I mean, like for what is it with the pressing? Man City's pressing was out of this world. I mean, like I'm a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
And Liverpool, we are known for pressing. Mara. I can't remember the last time we pressed as well as City did.
I don't think you've ever had.
No, we have.
There's no team.
City themselves.
Joe,
let's not go there.
We're gonna debate and all that, go back and forth. But I feel like that City performance.
Yeah.
At the end of career Guardiola, he's gonna look at that game against Chelsea. This is a game I totally dominated from first minute to the last. They pressed the entire game. That's
what, you know what, actually you might actually trying to convince me right now, because from minute one the energy levels were
until
insane. But where I think Tuchel also shot, he didn't make the situation, for me it was a tactical flop for me. Tuchel, what is it, had a plan set out. What is it, he's gonna sit back, soak up pressure and then try and counter attack. You don't try and counter attack by trying to play out the back, and that's what you're trying to do all game.
And even the people you have to say who's gonna counter attack against City? You're playing two people, Werner and Lukaku.
Yeah.
Who's supplying him? Jorginho is a deep lying player. Kante
he's
not gonna do that very well. Kovacic is more of a Kante, a slick as Kante. So you needed a mount there or a Havertz. So that midfield three, it was a bad decision, bad call.
Yeah, I feel like what is it? When the ball was played long, they didn't have that maverick player that could just take the ball, win a foul, let them get higher up the pitch.
True.
And then Werner and Lukaku, they were trying to play the same position. They were trying to be the vocal point of Chelsea, and that did not work. They needed players that could long ball. They can do long ball.
I hate how passionate you are about this. You really hate Chelsea that much, bro.
Now I was just really impressed. Now, okay, as much as I hate Chelsea now, but I was just really impressed at how Guardiola, and I hate Guardiola more than Chelsea, but like I was just impressed at how Guardiola set up against was spot on, and how his team executed his plan.
Yeah.
For me, I think that's it. I feel like what is it? They just flopped. What Tuchel could have done at least is that could have let Werner say that don't play next to Lukaku too much. They were too close to each other. Werner could have been making those on the shoulder runs on the left side, and that's what he's good on.
I feel like Werner didn't have a bad game.
He didn't. He was actually
he did it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like to make Lukaku more influential in the game.
Or maybe he could have brought off Kante and brought Ziyech in for more creativity.
Yeah, Ziyech or Havertz.
Mount
was injured.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So you should have played a number 10 there.
The number 10, definitely.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah,
So City are the team to beat.
But despite me saying that, I still think Chelsea are favourites.
I had an ego this big after that performance. Oh my god!
Listen. When I saw the game, I was like, nah. Let me think about this. But the only reason why I think Chelsea are gonna be favourites is because Man City don't sign a striker. For me, that's the only thing. But I think it's gonna be a very close call.
Do they need one after that performance?
Do they need one? For consistent long game, for consistent game in and game out, there will be those games. It's not every game.
But looking at, they have a lot of players who create up front. They have a lot of players who can score goals.
That's true.
They've shown us a game against Chelsea.
Yeah.
They have your Rudiger, Mendy, best goalkeeper so far. No doubt, guys.
And we're talking like Jesus isn't the striker. And he got a striker.
He scored. So they have players who can do that. So in the long run, I don't think they actually need a striker.
I also don't feel
it's
like
not a striker. It's not a need.
No. But it would be nice to have. It's not a need, but looking at the level of competition you're facing around you, it is a need. Like Chelsea, for me, I think 90 points plus is going to be broken. Chelsea, you're telling me, okay, right now, Man City are going to face Man United and Liverpool next games, right? Chelsea have an easy run. And Chelsea make sure, I've seen Chelsea from last season, even under Lampard, they would have winning streaks. I think when under Lampard they had like a 13 game winning game streak. That shows that it's already installed in the players. Those games right now, Tuchel's looking at them, points. And what is it? Man City already have their small games already dropped points against
It was just the one.
But here's
against Spurs also.
Here's another point.
And Spurs.
I mean, I didn't think Spurs is a complicated. It's a complicated fixture for everyone.
Yeah.
You never know which Spurs is going to turn up. Spurs sell us So certain fixtures are trickier than others. Right? Yeah. I do think that City can be touched. Right. I thought up until this point, I thought that Chelsea or Teflon, they couldn't be touched. This was a sobering reminder that everybody gets touched in the Premier League. It's like Game of Thrones.
I think it's time we put respect on City's name again.
You know what?
We never disrespected them,
but we wrote them off.
I didn't.
Okay, never criticize against Southampton.
Last season they started off sluggish.
This is what I wanted to say. They started off sluggish. They went to Stamford Bridge, won, and after that they won 23 games in a row, something like that. So City have that in them. You say we have 10 game winning streak. They have 20 something 10 game streak. So City for me are the team.
But listen, look at the manager I just mentioned, Lampard.
Yeah.
Now imagine if now it's Tuchel.
Put some respect on Frank. Don't do that. So should we move on? Should we go to the Emirates? I felt that that's a turning point, right, for Arteta and Arsenal. And do you feel like it's a turning point? 3 games on winning, clean sheet, 2 clean sheets, only 1 goal conceded, put in a class show against Spurs. I feel like they've turned the title contenders.
Joe, one thing. Top 4.
Definitely better than United.
One thing that I've learned in all of my years as being a Manchester United supporter is that nothing ever goes according to the script. Understand?
Yeah.
The Premier League is not a story. It's not a book.
Sure.
It's hard to predict what's gonna happen in the end, right? That being said, Arsenal can win 3 on the spin and lose 3 on the spin, right? It's completely possible.
With that back 4, do you think it happens?
Yes.
Back 4, it's solid for me now.
Even the keeper.
Solid from the keeper.
Who have they played? I keep saying this. Burnley aren't really a threat.
But Burnley are gonna sit on top of you.
Joe, you even said it last week. I'm not sure who said it.
Yeah.
But if you let Arsenal play their football, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
You need to bully them.
Yeah.
Right? Spurs couldn't do that. They had the personnel to bully them, but they couldn't. They couldn't touch them. Right.
Yeah.
So if they play against a physical team,
They did.
Burnley,
Yeah.
right? And how did they win? Scrappy.
1-0.
But they won.
It could have been a 0-0.
But
it
they
could have
won.
easily been a 0-0. 2 points dropped. Right. They're gonna come up against teams who are more proficient in that particular regard. Understand? They were pressed off the pitch against City.
For me, I think Arsenal it's done for us. For Arteta, I feel like Arteta's time there is done. They're
Nah,
why,
he's
not after this
way.
game.
Game
Please tell
around.
me why is not done. Please explain to me why.
That was a tactical masterclass.
Yeah.
What? No,
That was
I'm
a
talking
tactical
about like his
masterclass.
tenure at Arsenal. He's
It's actually,
Arsenal.
you know what?
He's support. Okay, if you're an Arsenal fan,
Yeah.
2 years
I'm
of
not.
major
Yeah.
mediocrity. Would you say that you'd still want Arteta in your club? Just be honest. Looking at what Arteta has done, looking at the season that you had last season, which was beyond mediocre.
But now there's room for optimism.
Yeah.
Given the 3 wins on the spin.
last year December there was
listen,
room for optimism against Chelsea when they beat
That's what I'm
2-1.
saying. Nothing is predictable in the Prem.
yeah,
You understand?
absolutely.
So they are hedging their bets that he could turn this around, and that's what I'm saying. There's room for optimism. Like
They found the confidence.
There's a sliver of hope.
I get you, but at what point do you say, okay, we've seen this happen multiple times?
Not this point.
What?
Not this
Yeah.
point.
Not this point.
And I understand
This
where
is
he's
not
coming
the
from.
point.
After 2 years being in charge, not
Yes.
this point.
Okay, but
Not
look,
this
look,
point.
look,
Being
look.
Arsenal Football Club.
Had they lost against Spurs,
Yeah.
we'd be having a completely different.
Yeah.
It's in the spirit of things to believe in your team after certain kinds of performances, right? We let's look at.
Nah, I feel like it's being reactionary. Like it's Arsenal fans are known for like the trolling is known for being reactionary. That's why they troll.
You hate every fan base.
No, nah. I'm just saying like Arsenal. That Arsenal are just like a team that they're too reactionary. Let's say for example when they beat Chelsea, no, top 4 easy.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then what happened? 8th. You've already been
Jesus.
Antoine, you've already been there. This has happened before, time and time again. And for example, you see with Klopp, I'm going to put this comparison because I don't know.
But of course.
Klopp and Arteta, yeah. They're at the same time, and let's say Arteta was even given more investment. Klopp, when I saw him, I saw that he was building a project. I could see that was progress. So we'd have our up and downs of form, but I'll see there's gradual progress. With Arteta, there's no progress. I'm not seeing any improvement. In fact, I still see the same mistakes as last season from this season.
I'm hearing too much bias from you, especially when you
Way
compare
too much.
with the club. So look
No,
at
this
Arteta.
is the-
Isolate situation at Arteta. It's not the same like club or anyone else. Arteta no usai never Tovanyaka. He has his back four. We sign his players. That's an Arteta team now. And even those games, the first 3 games that they lost, his new signings, not all of them were available. Now everyone is there, and he's played them for the past 3 games, and they've won those games. And for me, it's not about it. For me, it's always about how you play, more than just winning a game. Like Spurs won 3 games in a row.
Unconvincing.
And all of us were like, we're not really convinced. But Arsenal, against Norwich, they should have done more. Yes. Against Burnley, he says they were lucky. I feel like that's how you're gonna win against Burnley.
Yeah, also agree.
And then against Spurs, you go there. It's a North London derby.
Big fixture.
You know, form goes out of the
Clutch it,
window,
yeah.
and they produce that performance. I feel like we can be optimistic, and I feel like top 6
They're
is
up to
realistic.
compete. Absolutely, they're up to compete.
Okay, top 6.
Yeah.
With the club, I'm not being biased. You see, I'm not saying that Arteta must get top 4, bruh. This
He
is a
won't.
very strong
Yeah.
top 4. If Klopp
Yeah.
had to have the same squad and say compete for top 4 with the same strength right now, it wouldn't play. If
Yeah.
he gets top 6 away, Arteta, he did a good job. But if he's still in mediocre, he's still competing with Liverpool, Wolves, and Everton. If those are
I genuinely don't. In the Premier League, especially, there is no such thing as mediocrity. We're all fighting for survival. That's the first thing.
Because Man United are fighting for survival.
All of us are.
Of course.
Cristiano are fighting.
All of us are. You know what I mean?
What's
Other
the
people.
definition of survival?
Survival. We have a heritage as being a Premier League team,
Yeah.
right? And
So saying relegation.
a team that competes in the UEFA Champions League,
Yeah.
right? That's survival for us. For other people, it's staying in the league, right?
Yeah.
So survival on Naitwan, Maraka survival nonetheless.
Okay, I get your point. There's survival, and then there's standards that a club has to have. And Arsenal Football Club is a big club, and I feel like right now people are forgetting that. It's been 2 years. This manager has been in charge for 2 years, and he has not been producing any sort of progress to show that Arsenal are going to get better and better. I'm not seeing that with this club. They're signing players which, like, do you see this club being... Arsenal's squad right now is not better than Leicester's, and Leicester's spent less.
But you need to consider the fact that they lost... Like, we went through a similar thing.
Yeah.
Not as bad as they. But we went through a similar thing. What happens is when you've had a consistent manager for a number of years, right? As soon as he leaves, there's a massive hole to fill, right?
Yeah.
His shape is different, so you're gonna try and plug it and fix it, and then eventually, this is poetic for some reason. Former players are the ones that come and fill in that gap. Players who played under that particular manager. So their leaving costs a massive shadow on the team. It's a massive rebuilding process. It takes a lot of years to get it right. Right. I don't feel like they've found their footing, but there's room for optimism.
They're also not doing as bad as
they could be.
Yeah.
It's just we have it in our minds that Arsenal are a big team and all these things, that which they are.
I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm just thinking I need to get back. We need to get back to where we are.
But you have to be realistic.
There's realism, and you know what? If it was a year back and I'm talking like this, I'd be like, yeah, you guys have a point. Like if I'm busy saying Arteta out and it was last year, I didn't give that guy enough time. It's been 2 years, my guy.
The season just started.
And he just got his team. He just reformed his team right now.
We're only 6 games in.
He got his the players that he
inherited.
When did Arteta take over?
Is it 2019? He won the FA Cup.
Le Community Shield, ne?
Last season. Okay, sharp. I get that. And then everything. He had a nice 6 month kind of spell to try and see how he can put in his ideas. And then he had a nice full pre-season with them. And then
it was COVID. It was
sharp. Okay, that's I forgot about that. But the point is, he started afresh with them. He had a chance to,
but not with the players he wanted.
Yes, now, that's the point.
Now I feel like now after 10 games you can come back here, and if they're doing bad, you're like but now he has his players. Now he has the people he wanted. And you know, Ramsdale, we all said here like I prefer Lane. He has Ramsdale there. Ramsdale's doing good. He signed Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu is doing good. He signed Ben White. We argued about the fee, 50 million in. He's there. He's okay. I'd say he's okay. He got Party. Party was on and off last season. Didn't play much. Now he's fit. He's playing. He signed Odegaard permanently. He likes Odegaard. He likes Smith Rowe. Saka, you need to factor in. They need to get those Premier League legs. You don't get those Premier League legs in a season or so. You know, unless you're a superstar like Buffon and all that. But like I feel like you're being too harsh on Arsenal. And now, listen. We're gonna go away from Arsenal, right? So you can be harsh on another team since you hate everyone. Spurs. How do you feel up on them now? That's a mess. Go on.
Spurs.
I feel like I feel like Nunes shooting himself in the foot.
How? True.
He is basically he's shooting himself in the foot. Play what you know. Nunes knows the back three. Let's start there technically. Nunes knows the back three. You signed 2 players, Emerson Royale and Romero, who plays in a back three. Emerson Royale is a right wing back, and Romero is
a defender of the season last season.
Right centre back.
In a back three.
They play back three. You have the players to play like that. Okago team Wolves, where you are playing back three full time. Chicago Spurs, you want to try back 4. It doesn't work out for you. First few games, yes, you won the first 3 games, but it didn't work out. It was a scrappy win for me personally. It's okay. Doesn't work out. You still don't try what you know, what you stick to, and you have the players there. So he's basically shooting himself in the foot. For me,
I think I feel like we overlook that how when you come to a new team, right, you're faced with all different kinds of players. New players. And these are not players that you've coached aside from Doherty, right? Who he doesn't seem to favor in that squad. So you come through, you're like, okay, this is the personnel that I have. This is how they used to play. So let's try and do it their way.
And sorry,
right?
Okay,
so you work that out. You win 3 games on the spin. You're like, okay, maybe we're onto something. You continue that way, but changing it, and it doesn't work out at all. So I think now he's gonna sit back and restructure. I don't think that's the team that we've been seeing is the teams that is the team that we're gonna be seeing throughout. Right, so I think he's still new, bro. He's still finding his feet, and he'll find his feet.
But Joe, I get it. You trying to find your feet. And all that. Midfield, they like Pikiling, Joe. You can't have Dele Ali and Ndombele in a midfield 3, in a game with a high intensity. They were that's a bad decision. Even if you're learning your squadding in, but choosing those 2 players, in a London derby.
As soon as I can skip, they could play more. As soon as I can skip answer Ali, that's all on that number.
Market trial and error didn't.
Okay, there's something to think about. There's food for thought.
But that was poor.
The only thing right now, because Kane is in the situation that he's in, right? He's making Spurs worse.
You know what? The thing is, Kane is trying more than anyone else.
Exactly.
He ran.
He cost a goal though.
But he chased back. He chased back. That situation, I feel like Kane did as best as he could, and he should have been supported. Otherwise, if Kane doesn't do that run, I just a ball and act like a striker always does. It's a goal. It's a goal. It's a goal. They were not tracking him. It's a goal. I feel like, you know what?
It seemed like he was trying to atone for the mistake that he made. That was probably what happened.
Yeah.
Mara was like, the footballing gods were like, you're trying too hard. Let's punish this man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't have to try so hard. Sometimes just, the chips will fall where they may. And for him, unfortunately, they didn't fall his way. But I don't think
they failed.
I don't think Spurs are in trouble, dog. They're fine. I trust Nuno.
You sure?
I trust Nuno.
What's the way forward?
I change formation. Play his formation. Play what he knows.
Give me the 11 in that bacteria. How in midfield? I'm interested in that midfield. Who would you play and all that?
Escape.
Skip Lindombe.
I'd rather put Skip.
Skip.
You already have
second half.
Just sponsor higher.
Because you already have 3-5 at the back.
You know what I mean? So
you don't really need
Neves.
Okay, but the Dendonko was center back.
Yeah, Neves was rather pass, creativity mostly. Marokono no mark.
Yeah.
And then Moutinho again, he's doing the work. He's pressurizing. Okono lo pass.
Luira.
Exactly.
Mutaka Ndombele in that.
Okono lo mark. Ndombele ko create Ndombele da. How big and fana ga responsible na si Baliti.
Yeah. Especially you put too much pressure on him.
You know why, man? Because that can also step into the middle and help out. Uizurushile, maybe Davison Sanchez, Le Romero, Antala.
Okay, annihilated the transition. Ndombele chiga. Wajoga, at least Bopara Kadacho.
Superstar.
Yeah, and it's not that thingy.
All I'm saying is that it's criminal that Nuno played Arsenal and he got schooled by kids. Yeah, that's just criminal. That was just like Bukayo taught him a lesson. Taught him a lesson. Bukayo Smith Rowe was excellent. Yeah.
The guard was good.
The guard was.
Lessons we learned. Go community stadium. You Liverpool people. You Liverpool, you. What happened there? I got best defense. Van Dijk.
For me, that game, Klopp has to take an L for that game in terms of he as a manager and also the players. Also takes responsibility on the players, but also Klopp. He's the main tactician here. Those 2 goals that we conceded, I've never been that angry in a while.
Is it down to Klopp or the people?
The players. I feel like the players.
No, I feel like it's down to Klopp because it happened repetitively. Yeah. Because Trent was being targeted. 3, it was like a gangbang out there. I swear down, he was being targeted every time, and it was last pole, a ball to the
all the time.
All the time. Klopp, if it's Klopp, I would say that he should be yelling out to Henderson and or Salah, whoever's on the right side.
Salah's not gonna do that.
To help up.
Well,
But
Salah
you say Salah's been
actually
doing
did
it all
track
season.
back.
He's been tracking back.
Salah checks back.
Yeah, you guys will see that.
We do. That's what we see. He does that. That's what Liverpool does, Joe.
Tracks back.
They track back.
Mara.
But
check
anyway,
back.
in that scenario,
Our
we should have
effective
said,
back.
we have to be more
Exactly.
cautious and then put should be like Henderson has to help out Trent a lot more because they were targeting Trent. That was clear as day.
Mara
A
just
blind
not
man
our
could
fault
see
or
that.
trend to lose.
What?
We're gonna be targeting the
Yeah,
losers.
but he's saying that as especially Henderson as a captain,
Yeah.
familiarize yourself with
I'm
the
also
situation.
blaming the players.
Okay,
on this.
but target the trend. Let me go out there and help out there.
As a
That's why-
captain.
doesn't that take away from Kamko Liverpool Italian? Because
No,
No,
actually
at the time we're
doesn't.
leading,
Trend
it doesn't.
and actually doesn't. Trend. I mean, Henderson is the one who covers for Trend.
But don't you think
Honorary.
Urban Nore Hebolele by crossing in Hebu or
Second ball, immediately give a B.
Nah, but I get where it's coming from. Klopp for me, you see, as soon as he scored our third goal, Klopp for me, his tactic was that's why he brought for Firmino. He was like, let's go for the fourth goal. That was his tactic. I think
Yeah,
that's why
we are
also
paid.
Henderson
I
was
think it's a
that's why Henderson was also I don't know, maybe why he's not tracking back or something like that. It's because he's focusing on trying to get the fourth goal, and which is obviously gonna bring us to a detriment. From there, that game needed a Milner who was injured, but then Milner was not there. So you tell, let's set up shop, let's defend, let's see this through. Liverpool are capable of that, but
You know,
their team knew we
you know,
had to see that through.
I-
That they can be top at the.
I don't think anybody was at fault that game, right? You
Yeah.
guys, you came up against a spirited team.
Exactly.
That's the same team that came up against Arsenal. Understand? Lots of heart.
Yeah.
They were ready for that
Energy,
game.
yeah.
You know, that's why the Premier League is unpredictable.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
pause.
think-
It's the power of spirit. That's all it was.
I also don't think Liverpool should look at the game and be like, we have serious problems.
They were lucky to come away with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
draw.
but
And
they
I
shouldn't
think
take
there are serious
it.
problems.
They shouldn't
I'm
take
just
it too
angry.
hard. Come quite like he's very emotional.
Yeah,
But
because
I
we
feel-
dropped
but I
points.
feel like
Nah,
I feel like
you're
it's one of those
Very
games.
emotional.
Brighton is an king. Brentford is an unknown quantity. You didn't you probably
didn't
expected
expect it, yeah.
to fitla tabelo paka besinya ba tlala account.
Leon
Those guys
Rodri-
play. And then
But win the game bound to the Ivan Tony game.
Actually,
They have more to them.
Van Dijk, Joe. At some point,
That's a good
What?
not an FPL player.
What are you
but
doing, boy?
That's a good
was like,
player.
what?
I feel like a lot of teams are gonna go there. You'll feel better down this season when we see
Yeah.
big teams go there and struggle too. Because I feel like that's the type of place Brentford is.
Watch them beat us.
Okay, first of all,
Go
then
on.
Brentford, I will give them. They played us. You feel me?
Yeah.
I clapped hand for Brentford, bro. I'm just saying that the goals we conceded is goals that were avoidable. That's what.
But it
the thing
happens.
that makes me angry is
But
goals, like for example against AC Milan, they scored us like they opened up our defense. You feel me? And it was also a moment of lapse of concentration, but it was not. AC Milan's goals were not as unavoidable. Well,
It's one
and as unavoidable as the Brentford goals that we conceded, if that makes sense.
Hey man, let's go to Old Trafford. What happened there, bro?
It was calamitous, bro. It was I don't know what it is.
Grotman.
I heard Basanya. I heard Basanya ka bolo.
Bolo
Basanya ka bolo.
Bolo la ka.
Ay,
Jumpa match
by the
bolo.
way, by the
Ngare le
way.
gore le di hat-trick. Busang bolo.
Ra cleansing ra go Trafford mo.
Le tlhabenyana.
Refluga
Nkunyana.
ke
Martinez.
Dareng West Ham mara
Yeah.
tlhana le Martinez.
How do you feel about that
O baby
situation?
Bruno Fernandes. Re fa gore-
Pepile le Ronaldo.
Ay,
Ronaldo not suile. Just let
Ajula
him
le
get-
Ronaldo. Re nyaka wena wena go o emisa.
And how do you feel about Sancho
Mind
not starting
games.
the game? Who ilanga Sancho?
No, you know what the thing is that game Alamfana technically I think ke starting 11 are right, especially against teams like Villa.
Yeah.
I don't think Sancho would have had as much joy, whatever. But to be, I don't want to take anything away from those guys. They were red for that game.
Yeah.
They were revved up, and they were the better team. Like the better team won. That goal was sus, right? But it's fine. I'm not that guy.
What's
Can I ask
We
a
took
question?
our L.
what is us?
Oh, it was offside. But we
Ow,
took our
Joe.
L. We took our L.
Joe.
Not Joe.
Dama na disturb
Whatever my manager says.
Whatever
Whatever my manager says is right, dog. That was not a
Speaking
goal.
about your manager, or do you believe that he is a man that can take you forward? To get you to win the big titles. Yeah. I'm not talking about FA Cups. I'm not talking about Carabao. I'm talking about
you've won like neither one of.
Hey, happy about
what's 3 times 2? What's 3 times 2?
3 times 2.
I'm not even. I'm just saying
6 Champions Leagues.
Wow, that's a calendar. You're not even born when you guys won the Champions League.
You're relevant because of the sugar daddy.
Everyone is a sugar daddy, my boy.
No.
Anyway, Ole is Ole the guy. I feel like
I don't think he is.
I feel like Urichite ceiling high. It will never get
better.
Yeah.
He's done what he's done.
Anna, he can't do anything else.
I feel like I don't rate this guy. I don't rate this guy. But he would do a job. Zidane he's not a great manager. He's not a great manager. Man, I don't feel that about to Bafana fighting now. We need Champions League trainer. Yeah.
Ngaya go Madrid. Ne. Like 2016 Madrid. Brazil player. I win the Champions League. So.
Okay, but who's the coach now you would like to have like
me? Yeah. It was Allegri. But now, I think
like Conte. If you're looking for, you're telling me you take Allegri or
Conte. Yeah, you know why? Conte is a serial winner, né?
Yeah.
And he's proved it.
But you're not gonna play the football you
want. We don't have the players for him to play.
Yeah, I think that he wants.
What do you mean by that?
Ronaldo just boys it.
Name that to me. Name them to me.
It's a little boring.
You're not.
Pogba. Didn't Conte bring in Pogba and didn't Pogba?
Did he get him go Allegri?
No. My guy. Conte.
Listen, Conte nella Allegri.
Conte got Pogba from Allegri.
Yeah.
No. Conte made Juventus. Let me just. Listen.
These are facts, my boy. Allegri was there from Milan, and then after Allegri left, Conte came in, and then Conte went to. After Conte, I got the Euros with Italy. Then he went to Juventus.
So it was after.
It was after. But anyway, those are the BallBoys. We took a little detour to Serie A. We'll be back next week. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. Serie A. That was awkward, but yeah.
Alright guys, that was BallBoys. If you enjoyed that, which I'm sure you did, click the subscribe button, hit like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you when we see you.
You know me. Take you fly, got the chance for me.